You may already know that attending SEO conferences and community events are a great way for you to develop growth in your field, to make new connections, and maybe even to find more opportunities outside of your existing one. They're a great way to meet up with people who maybe you're familiar with online but have never met in person. But it's also important to know that with a little bit of preparation, you can get a ton more value out of your next SEO conference and make a really good case for attending more conferences in future. So I'm going to take you through some preparation. My name is Jo. I'm Director of Content at Moz, and I've attended lots and lots of conferences, community events, and meetups. And I don't think I would be where I am today without these fantastic experiences. I've also had the opportunity to work alongside some incredible people who put on our very own conference, MozCon. And we have events this year in New York and London. So I hope to see you there. First of all, it's always important to snag your ticket early. This is because you'll get the best price. And also it means you can get ahead of booking your travel and accommodation. Prices of these things always tend to rise, so it's really important to be prepared if you can. Now, when I'm thinking about a conference, I'm breaking it down into what you need to think about before, in the lead up to the conference, during, while you're there, and then what you can do after the event. It doesn't stop once the event finishes. You can continue to get value out of it afterwards. So before the event, I always think about how you can connect and find people. Your people. You can start broad by looking at big SEO communities like Noah Lerner's SEO community, Arij and Aaron's WTS community. There are lots more out there, but they're a great place to start, and then you can drill down from there. Find your people, find who's going, start making plans early. It just means you won't feel alone at this event. I always recommend clearing out your calendar. It breaks my heart when I see people squirreled away in corridors or on sofas trying to do calls, get work done. I know it's not always possible, but if you can push that meeting out, try, because you're going to feel way more present if you're able to be fully at the event instead of tearing off into a corner to do that weekly sync with your team. Then plan your schedule. My fantastic colleague, Megan, went to Canva Connect this week at time of recording. And some of those talks, especially for multi-track, you had to reserve in advance. So you want to get in early, plan your schedule, book those sessions, and then you can make sure that you're going to the most helpful, valuable sessions for you and your job. MozCon is a single track event, so I recommend going to all of the talks, even if they're not directly in your field, because you never know what value you can get out of them. And then I always think about signing up for Fringe events. One of the many Brighton SEO conferences coming up, they've got fantastic Fringe events, filmings of podcasts, group meetups, cleanups on the beach, lots of things that you can get involved with will make your time there feel more valuable and a way to make connections with people outside of just the day-to-day work. So that should set you up to feel fully prepared for your event. You know what you're doing, what you're getting in for, leaving some room for unscheduled fun, but hopefully meaning that when you go, you'll absolutely know what you're going to do, where you're going to be, and who you're going to meet up with. So then we're going to think about what you can do during. And this is also something that I would use the same phrase, which is try to be prepared. So think about, do you want to take a water bottle with you can fill up? What sort of weather are you going to get? Will it be cool outside? Will the conference hall be cool? Because they can be. So take layers, prepare for weather, and then think about power. Do you need an adapter, a charger, something to charge your phone with, cables? I always try to make sure that we're not overburdening ourselves with things. So be mindful of not having too much stuff with you, but think about what you will need on the day that's going to make your experience more enjoyable. Now, when we're thinking about taking notes, everyone's different, but I like to think about recording my big ideas. So think about how it relates to the work I'm doing, how it could be connected to something that is something really important to me. instead of just jotting down every single point, think about how it applies to what you're doing and record those really big ideas, whether it's on your laptop, notepad and pen, on your phone. Think about that, those top level items that when you come back to your team and share it, which we'll get to in a bit, it feels like it's applicable to the work that you're doing. And then networking, not everyone's favorite word. But if you've done your preparation early, connected with people, your people, then it won't feel like hard work and it will feel natural. You could always think about preparing by connecting with some of the speakers that you want to see, connect with them online, contribute to what they're saying, contribute to the conversation. And then afterwards, after their talk, you can always go up and have a chat with them and you've got a talking point to jump off of. So I really think this is important. Find those networking events, find those opportunities to connect with people and be a familiar face, and it will make you feel like you've got more value out of the event. And a little cheeky tip from me, I like to take an occasional photo. I know speakers always share their decks, but I don't often think about going back to look through the whole deck. So I want to take a few photos. And on the iPhone, and I'm sure it's an opportunity on Android as well, turn on the live mode on your phone. And that means when you're getting your phone out quickly to take a photo and the slide flips on, you can use live mode. And sometimes you can just scroll back through those options and get that slide that they just toggled away from. So you've been to the event, you've had a fantastic time, you've met with people, you've learned lots of things. Maybe you've gone for a swim, you've tidied up the beach, you've gone for drinks, or you've done a life drawing class, whatever it is that you've done it all, you've checked all your boxes. It doesn't stop there because you can do a few things after the event that's going to make your next event an easier ask. So first of all of those big ideas you've recorded, share those with your team. You can share them through your internal channels. Maybe you want to put some time in with some people and talk them through. Say, hey, I heard this from this person. Let's talk about how we can apply that. And maybe you want to go on to share that more widely with the community. Is that on LinkedIn, tagging speakers, or is that through a roll-up blog post, or through those Slack channels that maybe you already joined earlier? And then follow up and connect with your contacts. Did you have a valuable conversation with a speaker? Did you meet with someone for the first time who you've only interacted with on LinkedIn? Follow up, say it was great to see you. Where are they headed to next? And it's going to make the next event even easier. And then with all of this, hopefully you're thinking about the next event that you want to go to. And you might even have some collateral that you can take to your boss or the person holding the budget and say, look at all the value I got from this event. We were able to complete this project, move this forward quicker. We had a solution. I met with someone who validated something for me. Make that case, have something really solid to make that case so that then when you're asking for budget, you're more likely to get a yes. I hope that was helpful. Thank you so much.